Are you very detached in that sense with your social media?
I'm not detached with my social media, but I don't spend time on it. Through this film, I really understood how influencers feel and what they go through every day, and he's so humble. Then I was like, oh my god, now I have to live up to the standard. So then I started to try to be humble. I can't even I know how you feel, like the anxiety you're talking about. It scares me. When my father passed, I got so much love that I felt like I can't let these people down. Also, humility shouldn't be a compliment. If it is, then there's something wrong that we need to fix. Death stare. This is the first time I can't even approach this subject. There's Instagram, which I can't log out of. And there's nothing else on my phone. Have you seen my posts?
I have. Hello.
It's not planned at all. At all.
Yeah.
They're just random.
Hello everyone, this is Hesha Chima, and joining me here for a conversation today is Babil Khan. Hi Babil.
Hi.
Good to see you.
This is the second time we've introduced ourselves.
I know.
Third time today.
No, but this is not the interview that's going to go out like this.
Acha. So then this is the first time. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Oh, great. But okay, Babil, I first of all have to say I'm one of those lucky few people who happened to see the film. Oh. And that's because we got the screener, journalist, perks of my job. Yeah. And I genuinely liked it. Like, I'm not saying this because you're sitting in front of me. I'm telling you because I really enjoyed the film. Also because I'm 34 and I have massive anxiety that also translates into online digital anxiety for me. Like if I'm posting something given the field that I am in, I'm very interested in knowing kahan pahuncha, kya reels hua, etc. So your character was something that I related to. However, I do understand that you're not that person in reality.
But I do, I have my battle with anxiety, and it used to be a battle. Now it's more of an acceptance thing. But anxiety doesn't have anything to do with social media for me. I do have anxiety.
Yeah. But you know, the anxiety that you're probably talking about does not translate into digital online anxiety. Are you very detached in that sense with your social media?
I'm not detached with my social media, but I don't spend time on it.
Isn't that very contrary to people in your generation? Because I feel your generation's kind of obsessed and they're living online.
I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I feel that you're in a great space if you're detached.
Thank you.
Yeah, I genuinely feel, and I appreciate that also because I want to be where you are.
Yeah, but I also do, I admire the people that can actually, I don't do it because it's a choice, right? It's something that is for my own sanity. But people who can engage, who have the willpower to do it without, I admire that strength within them. I admire that.
You know, through Logout itself, right, your character itself goes through an entire journey, right, from the start towards the end. So I'm not going to give out anything there for the audiences who've not seen it. Yeah. But what's that one thing that you sort of picked up, which you want to imbibe as Babil in reality from this journey that this character had in Logout?
I think his acceptance of empathy at the very end, his acceptance of who he really is.
Right.
Rather than him believing that he is his image. Did I spoil it? Did I Tom Holland this over?
No, not really. Not really. Because that's a whole thing that one has to watch to understand what you're actually talking to me about. But Babil, tell me, I want to understand this better, right? Now, there's a certain image and a perception that sort of the online world creates of yours. Partially, like 50% of it is me. There's a part of me which is very bubbly, chirpy, etc. And probably my audience relates to that and connects to it. But that's one side of me. But ab jab main kuch naya dalti hu, speaking of the anxiety part jo maine aapse share kiya, I'm kind of wanting to be that person even more. Like I'm like, oh, am I not bubbly enough? Am I not chirpy enough for my content, right? And does that happen to you? Like, do you think, does this aspect relate with you?
There was one day, I think one day I was really concerned about the likes on something, and that day itself I shut off Instagram. Honestly, it's just that there are lots of things in my life that bring me anxiety anyways.
Right.
So I don't need another. and also the business aspect of it, I do it as it's a job.
Right.
Being a celebrity is a job, and being an actor is another job.
Right.
Being an actor is your passion, but you have to do your job to live your passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
what I have to do, and if that gives me anxiety, I have to find my ways of dealing with it. You know, I do not pass judgment on anybody that is using it social media to, you know, like I through this film I really understood how influencers feel and what they go through every day. And honestly, by the end of this film, I had so much respect.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very difficult job. You have to be switched on all the time, and I know I can't even like, I know how you feel, like the anxiety you're talking about. It scares me. So the fact that you have the strength to deal with it is admirable.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I understand what you're saying. You know, because we were just joking about the fact that how, you know, we sort of glorify basic human behavior also. Like whether you're a humble person, oh my God, Babil is so humble. But then you're just like, oh my God, now if one thing I do which is not apparently humble will suddenly be taken in like in aspects that could be that could lead you to trolling or being worrisome about it. Did that happen? Did you pressure yourself on any of these things ever?
Yeah, of course. I remember because when my father passed, I got so much love that I felt like I can't let these people down. So when the first tag, I was just being myself, and then they were like, oh, he's so humble. Then I was like, oh my God, now I have to live up to the standard. So then I started to try to be humble.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then that became pretension. You know? And that became false. I was not actively doing that, but upon reflection, you know, I was, that's how I learned from it. That also, humility shouldn't be a compliment. If it is, then there's something wrong that we need to fix. Like,
I so agree with you on that, right? Like this whole aspect of glorifying the basic of human actions.
Exactly,
like a sorry and a thank you and kindness is now like, oh my God, this person is doing such a great thing. But I thought it's just the basic. It's pretty much like what's with relationships right now, right? Like when you're seeking loyalty in a relationship nowadays, they're like, "Arey, kya loyal banda hai, kya loyal banda hai." But we're glorifying something which is the basic stuff of it.
Like, I don't think. I can't talk about my relationships, no? Yeah. She's giving me a death stare. Like, this is the first time I can't like even approach this subject. But
you can do an umbrella topic around it, not relationship.
Loyalty, I can talk about.
Let's do
loyalty. Is one of the most important values in my life. Loyalty and honesty.
Yeah.
Like it's not about like, you know, in any relationship, in a friendship, in a mentorship, in any part of your life, if I know that someone is not being honest with me, or if somebody is lying to me, I cannot sustain that at all.
And sometimes we're people who can see through BS, right? Like it's kind of easier to
If you trust your gut, you can see through any kind
all
of
of
BS.
it. That's right.
Your gut can see through all the
everything.
BS.
You know, you spoke of loyalty, and I'm going to pick up loyalty, and I'm going to sort of connect it with Logout as well, because with social media, there's also a whole bunch of loyal fandom that comes if you're famous online. And you've had that. We've had this conversation. You have some really loyal fans, right? How do you sort of then draw a line between staying detached as Babil, the individual that he is, while at the same time engaging and still being loyal to his online fans?
It is the loyalty that makes me, that gives me the strength to be detached, because I know that these people that have fought, you know, when I was getting trolled out, and there was this like large number of people fighting for me. I was like, man, how do I give them back? Then I realized that I have to detach myself so I can work. I have to save a lot of myself for the work. And by detaching, I can give them the work rather than posts, you know, because that's my job. Like if I was an influencer, then I would focus on that. But as an actor, I have to save a lot of myself, and I have to protect some things from from being affected, so that I can give back.
Right. Are you comfortable with fame though?
I love it.
Oh, how sweet.
It's not a positive or a negative thing. It is what it is. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I do enjoy it in my life.
Great. Okay, I also have to ask you this, Babil. Help me understand this, right, about your personality. I want to get to know you a little better through this conversation that I'm having with you. When you're doing stuff as an actor, right, when you're detaching from the fame, the money, 50 other avenues that come along with it, right? You're just an actor on a set, right? Then tell me what's the most gratifying part about that? Like, what's that feeling like?
I think when you give a good, and Amit sir is also here. Like, I think when you give a take, and you know that your directors liked it.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a small thing, but because in that take you've given your soul.
Yeah.
So that validation, and it's a very personal relationship that you bond with your director, right, throughout the process. And it's impossible to make a film if you're unable to bond with your director.
True.
So that validation, I promote completely, and I condone. That makes me feel really good. It might sound like a small thing, but it's a big thing.
Honestly not, because at the end of the day, that's the gratification and the validation that you seek, which translates then into, let's say, box office or streaming numbers, etc.
वो नहीं सोचा मैंने. But that bonding, वो external validation I allow into my life because it enriches me. You know what I mean? The external validation that is draining me, I try to avoid. But there are aspects of life where external validation can also enrich you.
Yeah, that's probably in your case, this is one of those things, right? Okay, tell me what's the one thing that drains you then in terms of validation?
The likes, when you're concerned about how many likes your post has, and that in my job, I'm lucky that it's not, I can disconnect from it, and if I keep doing my work, I have so many other things in my life like music, writing, reading, scuba diving. Yeah.
Listen, you're giving me a vibe. You just want to jump in scuba dive
dude,
right
and
away.
This ocean is
right away, right now. Crazy.
But I feel like those avenues, because those avenues exist, I have the ability to be able to detach myself from the kind of the external validation that I don't need to sacrifice my self-worth for that validation.
For sure. Yeah. Do you sort of then deep dive into social vanity as well?
People
are fully into filters and ye angle acha hona chahiye upload ke pehle yaar ye karte ho ki nahi farak padta?
Nahi. Have you seen my posts?
I have. Hello.
It's not planned at all. At all.
Yeah.
They're just random.
Crazy.
It's impulse driven. My posts are very impulse driven.
Yeah. Something about this guy, did it stay back? Was it nerve-wracking to be so involved in social media because your character is so obsessed with online validation? Jab aap reality mein aise bilkul bhi nahi ho.
But that's the thing, right? We love to say कि मैं ऐसा नहीं हूँ. I'm not greedy. I don't lie. I'm very honest. But there's all of the shades of you, all of the shades exist within us, and we deny them, right? But it's through characters I can be aware of the darkness inside me and choose the kind of person I want to be. But to deny my darkness, deny the fact that I do like it when somebody gives me, when I see likes on my photographs, it does give me validation, it does make me feel happy. If I just deny that and if I lie to myself about that, then I am not doing a good job at being human.
Great. Okay, before I wrap this up, tell me 5 apps on your phone that you'd be very happily to log out from.
There are no apps on. There's SSI, which is a scuba diving app, which is a certification, and there's Instagram, which I can't log out of. And there's nothing else on my phone. वो क्या है? देखो ना, आपके पास है ना मेरा phone?
Yes, I have your phone right here with me. You want to check? But it's been a while since you had your phone with you all day, right? So I'm going to let you take your phone right now and check what are the apps you have on your phone which you can log
I don't know.
out
Let's
from.
see. हम लोग वो चेक कर रहे थे पिछले इंटरव्यू
ठीक है, तो Instagram से तो आप लॉग आउट कर नहीं सकते.
8 मिनट है मेरा एवरेज.
Okay,
और ये इन्होंने बढ़ाया है. ये आप किसी और ने बढ़ाया है।
Insane. His screen time
नहीं
is
पर आप
actually-
देख लो वो जब ये इसका पोस्ट होने थे तब का ही है।
Oh yeah, that's true. I can't believe his daily average spent is 8 minutes.
It's a lot.
This is- if you check
it was
my
0
phone-
minutes 1 week ago.
Oh my god, this is crazy. But this is insane. Okay, so you can't log out from these apps any which ways क्योंकि आपका screen time ही इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. It's
हाँ,
crazy.
मतलब yeah, but this device is cool. Like you can make a film on this, man.
Yeah, there are so many films that are made on the
Yeah.
phone as well. But I just want to wrap this up by saying good job with Log Out.
Thank you.
I had so much fun watching it, and when it's open for everybody else on Z5, they'll be watching it too. Keep killing it, keep slaying, and I'm going to see you super soon.
Yes. I love that fist bump, man.
Yay!